Ryvix here. Happy good evening, or good evening, good morning, whatever. Tornado. Tornado is a Federation Special Forces Project 431 rank 16 gunship fighter. It is located in the unique place, even though Barrio also undocks, but it's not unique. And they say it's based off of Spiral, but Spiral is Empire, not Federation. So thanks for that. This also has a clear case, a project number and the right design for it, but it also doesn't belong in its own list. So I don't know. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me. Why is Mole here? I don't know. Why is this here? No Federation markings, tags, doesn't look Federation. It's just, I don't know why it's here. Don't know. So that's my little rant. Yeah, that's my rant. Okay. So let's get over to the ship itself. People probably know this thing because it's technically cringe, and by that, certain ships that either are overpowered or use some form of auto aim or aim assistance, either having weapons that have high aim assistance like lasers with width, like Albario, for instance. Albario is cringe because this does way too much damage and also being easy to use. So it's both of those things. It has aim assistance because it has beam width, which makes it easier to hit interceptors, and because of its high damage. So that's an example of that. Yithmor is another one. But yeah, that's the idea. So technically speaking, Tornado would be cringe if you use a laser. Um, the toxic builds usually are ion emitter, but typically pirate ion emitter. And then if you split the ship, one of them. So that's the thing with this module with the Twin Protocol, you can fly it normally, and you hit the button, and they split into two ships. I'll show you guys that later. But one ship, you can command to follow you or patrol somewhere or things of that nature. But the other ship has auto aim, and with lasers, it cannot miss, and it's very overpowered to fight. It's very unfair. I think in my opinion, it's a lot more balanced using something other than lasers because you can miss, just because you're moving around faster. The projectile has time to hit you, so you can, they can miss shots. So, in that case, I think it's fine. Other than that, the ship is basically, what is this ship for? The ship is interesting. It's good, and also sometimes useless. It just depends on the map and what you're using it for. So, what is it for? I really need to kind of show it in order to really explain it, but it's basically its main properties is that it's fast and that it can be pretty it has slight multitasking capabilities. And I'll kind of explain what that is and how I'm pairing it up. And I'll show the build, which I'll try and explain stuff. But let's go down to what we're looking at itself. So this is a gunship, and this is how it looks in its normal form. If you hit the special module button, it undocks, so these two ships are separate, and their characteristics change a lot. Now it's an interceptor form, and it is a lot faster. Like base speed is 650. It's insanely fast. It's very fast. I think I actually want to go for rate of fire. Yeah, not that it's a huge difference. In fact, you really probably could go just for pure speed if you really wanted to. Probably would be slightly better. Yeah, so that's the ship. Most people always use it in undocked mode separate because it's just so much faster, and because we have auto aim, and you can actually make one ship. If the ship you're using dies, you automatically control the other ship, so it's kind of like having a second life, in a sense. Although, of course, technically speaking, it's not, because your health pool isn't higher. It splits everything down the middle, your health pool as well, and your modules, which you'll see. But you can, make one ship go and stay near, allies, and use the other ship to go off and fight. And so if that ship dies, you haven't died, which is useful. A little annoying and a tad overpowered because people have used that mechanic, but pretty useful nonetheless. Mark III plasma gun. This thing is strong, especially if you go for slow ammo. Just to give you guys some. This is a per hit weapon, so it's not quite the same. 24, 28, 29, 27. So it is fairly strong. This is also not factoring you get a 25% increase in damage. So every hit that you make, it goes up 5%, and they both. So if your ally, if you're undocked, that's what this means here. If one ship starts getting the buff, the other ship will also get the buff as well. Now, 25% more damage is 3473 times 1.25 is 4,341 damage per second, which is quite high. Now, it's probably going to be less than that because I recommend using Double Deflector, which would do 3102 times 1.25 is 3877, which is still pretty high. But you can see the crit stats are pretty good. You can do... Really, you should probably go for double infrared scanners, but I like this build. I just like this build better, so I do that. Why should do that? 9.5... Anyways, that's what we have here. So it's plenty fast. You definitely want passive regeneration. You need your speed for sure. This is what I use. Just provides even resistance. You want speed. So I go for... I want more shield volume, so I can use this, which is actually useful sometimes, especially if you can, make that ship. You'll see you split the models in half. So the half that has this module you can place somewhere with it having full shield, and then you can swap to it and then run over there and pop out an interceptor or something like that. So that's pretty useful there. Just saying, that's why I want extra capacities, just so I can use the pulse here. Anyways, where you can do rotation speed, but frankly I think it's just more even and better to do strafe. It just makes it feel a little more well-rounded in both modes. Crit damage, an extra crit chance. Excuse me. Basic stuff. Probably better to do this. Either way is fine though. Yeah, I recommend this. That's better. Yeah. That looks about good. You guys can adjust it how you guys want. And that's the build. So obviously one of the downsides is that you cannot change this module out, and you don't have access to the normal Genship special module. So instead you have it as an active module, which does have low cooldown and pretty long usage, like it lasts for 8 seconds, which is fairly long. How long does the other ones last for typically? That's the same time. 35 seconds. 34. It's probably used to slightly above that. And it's not necessary though, because you're almost too fast, really. It's just the fire rate that you care about. I think it only affects fire rate though, not correct. Yeah, just fire rate. Okay. And then just your regular modules. Yep, so that's the build. Let's try and show it in a battle, if possible. Let's see how bad today is. Oh, that was quick. So we see here we have a good map for this. We want to split up. So we're probably going to go to C and put an ally there. Well, no, let's take cars first. So I'm going to show you some real quick. Let's see if I can get into this way. Okay. Then we're going to split. And now we're fast. So you have to understand here is that, if you use your modules that give you a crit chance and, higher rate of fire and stuff, it only applies to the ship you're currently using. So sometimes it makes sense to actually dock ahead of time and use it on a high value target rather than wasting it. But as you can see here, this side is made to do damage, and as you can see here, the auto aim is very, I'll be honest, it's not great. But you see here, like, having it split up is helpful because he's attacking either me or him. Now, if you press 1, you will switch to the other ship. Now you can use the other half of the modules. And also the other half of your missile battery, which is really useful. Of course, you also split that down the middle as well. So let's go ahead and hit 4 so I can regenerate some of my health, and then let us... Okay. We're going to park this guy here. Right here. So that is now in that kind of mode. I'm going to try to clean up the speed a little bit. I'm curious here, why can't I use that? Why is this blocked out? That's weird. That is not supposed to, that does not happen. You should note too, the AI is pretty bad at dodging. Okay, so let's run away. And run away again. Try to look around a little bit, see what we can do. But you can see here, it's plenty fast. Ah. Okay, let's go down here, get out of the way of that. Got 2 missiles. Yeah, you're faster than almost anything and everything. Genuinely. In my tail, who is that? Vincent Nightmare and Albario chasing me around. Okay, well that's interesting. We're gonna most definitely lose, because we can't do everything by ourselves. Ow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I don't think, okay, let's try it. Okay, we don't want to do that. So let's run around. Ow. Let's flip around. Yeah. Well, that was a small fight. Could we have potentially handled that better? Maybe so, but you have to understand the damage this thing does is not. It's okay in certain situations for taking out a fighter or something, but it's not that great overall. It really isn't. So we get spread thin. Alright, we should get a good match here. So what we have to do is we're going to flip immediately and get the speed boost. So let's hit F. Okay, and then they're going to go for that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to park our guy right there. And then we're going to run over here. Alright, let's hit our 6. Oh, great. That was a boss. So you can order it to attack. Your ally? Okay, well I should have captured that beacon, so that's my fault. He died. Yes, he died. Okay. Well, we have different kinds of issues. Okay, we're not gonna live this, so let's not die. Hopefully. Okay. Let's... Okay, now it's on me. So, 1 switches, and 2 tells it where to go. Okay. That was weird, but okay. Pop that, so I get my shield back. Let's go over here. Okay, well now it works. There's not an energy from it? But yeah, like I take almost no energy. Like it costs no energy to do anything. Let's see who's... Oh, they... Okay, someone's cloaked is locked onto me or out of range. I don't want to deal with that person right now. I don't want to. Nope. Well, we're gonna die, friends. So. It just happens with a bad team. Well, let's try and track down that Persei. Or not track down that Persei. No, I want him. I'm just too slow. I'm not doing this. I can't do everything, literally. Everyone's over there, so let's go somewhere else. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going against 2 guard frigates, and they all have health, so you have to use something different than what I'm using. It's as simple as that. Here, maybe I can slow down, flip around, and do our best. Oh, that needs to be faster, though, for real. Doing is I'm just basically lumping around until it's up or down. That ship was a mistake. I hate that stupid ship. I don't want to say bad things about the developers because I'm being helped by a community liaison, but I really should say that if they cared more about their game and their player base, they would genuinely fix something somehow. I don't really care how difficult, or maybe the community disagrees. If they are the developers, they should be smart to figure out, at the very least, some better way of taking care of the game other than letting really, really bad things like this be around. It's not balanced. So, like, really, frankly, this needs a little bit more normal overview. Alright, ready? And split. What you can do is you can, let me catch you speaking. So what you can do is once you like do all that stuff, you can switch, yeah, and then let him hit it for you. Yeah, perfect. See. So you can abuse, basically you can buff the auto-aim part of the ship by putting all the IPL modules on. Let's go back over here. Come back around. It's a 30-second cooldown before you can get it back. So I got issues. Like, he's checking me really hard right now. So even if I can take care of him, it won't matter. Because... Yep. When your team dies all the time, you can't do anything. You just run. I hate Versailles. Versailles was a mistake. Ugh. Okay, let's do something dumb, okay? Let's go behind here, like this. Knock this up, so we get more of our damage back. Good. That was weird, but whatever. Alright, probably asking, why is Versailles a mistake? Why am I mentioning it? So there's two reasons why. Its special module is way too powered. It has too short of a cooldown. They're radar invisible. They have high regeneration and resistances with a low cooldown. That itself is bad enough. Okay, so like breaking down everything, right? Okay. Low cooldown, where you also can restore your hull and shield, which by itself is pretty unbalanced, and you are radar invisible. So you can basically regenerate, be radar invisible with low cooldown. Oh, and you can fire while all those things. So that's extremely already unfair, right? If I can land somewhere, you can't see me, and I'm regenerating, and I can shoot you, that's already pretty unfair. On top of that, the oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. the high density object where it pulls everything in, first off, is extremely strong, lasts a long time, and also disables people's ability to warp away is ridiculous. That is very unbalanced. And not only compounds because it's a melee weapon, first off, it's a lot of damage, and two, it leaves mines in an area. So it literally can just fly off and just shoot where people cannot move and just deal a ton of damage to them. That it is unbelievably broken. And it gets only worse. I mean, there's like compounding layers of unfair and unbalanced. And it gets worse because I think it has I'll go ahead and just check. Just for hubris. Just because. Not hubris, just because. Yep, that's pretty crazy as well. Rotation speed, maximum speed, it's not terribly strong, but it's pretty strong, especially because that's base level. Oh yeah, 20% extra rate of fire. Just because. Base level. Yeah, that's very fair. That's not very fair at all. That's crazy. That's just base level. Well, I don't really. I guess I can't see access, but anyways. Okay. So, other than that, this is Tornado. That's a pretty good showcase. I'll probably just leave it at that. I'm going to leave the video as it is. So you guys can kind of understand how it works. There's a few ideas and strategies to use it. And this is my quick review. So, the overall final review is that Tornado is cringe if you use lasers, based if you use normal weapons. This is not bad. Maximize damage by being together. It's the regular, okay, when they're together, the standard configuration, I guess, it should be a little more maneuverable, but it is good enough. So dock mode, it's best when you want to use these two modules and get the most damage out of it. Undocking is good for sprinting around, capturing beacons. It's really good for detonation because it's very fast and has survivability because you can put special modules on it. So you can change out, get hull repair, shield booster, things of that nature. So you have a dedicated side for running it up on. It's very, 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 very fast, just in general. And interceptor form using this is pretty crazy too. You also get, I believe, you get the interceptor capture rate as well. So I mean, it's a very useful ship. It's pretty high skill, but it's got good potential. So the point is, it's not terrible. It's niche, and you have to be smart. Can't be dumb. I mean, a smart player is gonna destroy your secondary person and then kill you. So it can do. And this thing is squishy. It's fast, but it's squishy. Man, this game has a ton of AOE and missiles and all kinds of stuff. So good luck with that. Anyways, that's my review of Tornado. Overall, good ship. Would I recommend it? If you like the idea of it, it's niche, but if you like it, yeah, get it. It's good, and it has good potential. And it's a little, it will shine. I was gonna say it's agnostic, but I mean is that, it can be effective even, amongst a variety of situations. However, that's not true. It's very map and game mode specific. It's got detonation, it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be, if you can capture it, it's going to be pretty useful. It's going to suck almost anything else because it's weak. It doesn't have high damage. It is not very reliable. And it's just speed and using the two halves of the ship that you can get stuff out of it. But it's not very strong. It's not very reliable. So those are your two biggest issues, really. So, while it can be useful on its own, despite other ships flying around, it's just kind of too weak for me to really say that. So, it's got good potential. Its reliability is a pretty big factor, especially because the fact that it is pretty weak. It's useful, but still weak, both in damage and most especially in, generation stuff. Anyways, that's my final thoughts on it. Thanks for watching. Rivix out.